Happy Sunday, everybody. And this is Auntie, and I am here to do my last review of Love After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 18, Karma's Coming. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Okay, I'm so sick of this group. I have been trying to give this couple the benefit of the doubt that the stuff that has been going on with them is true and it is real. And every time I turn around, somebody that uploaded some bull to TikTok about the fakeness of this couple. Oh, yes, they have. Oh, hi, boo. Hello there, sweetie. Welcome. I'm fine, Yazelle. Hello. I don't think the notifications are going off because this is supposed to be done at 10 o'clock tonight. So the notifications may not be going out. So I apologize if you missed the live. Okay. Welcome back, boo. I'm looking at TikTok today and I see Jawaila. Jawaila is out there talking about she just been playing this game and that production, all this is production fault, and she just been doing what production has told her to do. I'm so sick of these people snitching. I'm so sick of it. If I had my other cell phone, I would pull it up on TikTok. So you can see Jawaila backpedaling and popping. Even if you sleeping with Deandric or you not. How can a case, according to someone who was in the comment section, how can a case be canceled that don't exist? You out there looking like an idiot with a 27 piece on, young. You looking like the desperate woman who wants to be desperately with this dusty, disgusting mofo, in my opinion. And now you want to backpedal off of it and tell us this is all scripted. Girl, young, stop playing. Is that 27 piece scripted? In this particular episode, I can tell you what looks scripted to me. And that's only because I have experience. Okay. Now, here we go with this episode. Jawaila is on her way going somewhere. Now, we know that a tire, because we ain't seen the other side, look like a door. And she got some little graffiti on the back of her car, right? So she decides that she's going to blame Kiana for doing it. Then Deandric, the demon that he is, in my opinion, pays her $600, and then all of a sudden we hear about this beauty stuff that got jacked up. Last episode, Deandric was at her house, and she shows him a video of him walking back and forth. But she don't show a video and don't have the camera set up so we could see the car. Last week, Kiana goes to the lawyer's office where she is being told that there is a warrant for her arrest. They want her to go turn herself in, and she's like, no, I ain't doing none of that. Okay. She ain't doing none of that. So now Kiana is driving. A police officer pulls her over. The camera crew is sitting at a T angle filming everything. She in the car talking about, is they about to pull me over? They pulling me over because we hear sirens going on, right? Let me see if I got a siren over here. Let me see if I got one. Okay, let me put my glasses on because I may just have a siren. Hold on, let me see if I got a siren up in this month. Okay. Okay. The policeman is on the premises, y'all. What is he doing in here? And she like, oh my God, are they pulling up on me? You know, like, is this me? Like who they looking for? I know this got to be for Kiana. So they pull her over because she driving around dirty and dirty tags. You got a warrant out for somebody else and you got dirty tags. So he come back to the car, right? They, screen him off, I mean, they blur him out, right? So we don't see him. They, change his name, I mean his voice and all that, right? And so he asked her about, a warrant that was on her. She said she didn't think she had a warrant because she paid for her stuff. I know that something came out. Hold on, let me see if I can find it because I got a little bit of time. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. No, I don't want to be in AI mode. Why can't these computers why am I? Let me see. So it said Jawaila. No, I don't want that. I want her criminal history. Criminal, yeah, criminal history. Come on now. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to get this up. So it says that Jawaila had expired plates and a suspended driver's license. She was issued a citation for expired plates in dealing with past charges related to another suspended driver's license. She was found to have an outstanding warrant related to an old charge, causing her significant anxiety on the store. I'm on the show. I need y'all to dive deeper than this. You got to do better than this. Hold on. I'm going to go to Basti. Hold on, y'all. I got to go to Basti. Because these people playing with me. They playing with me. ChatGPT is tripping. So they saying that an Instagram reel claimed she was arrested in April of 2023 in Texas for tampering or fabricating physical evidence with an intent to impair. I don't know what that means. I could have sworn that the girl had a case against her, but maybe she doesn't. Okay, but anyway, she had to have something because she said that she had went to court and the police officer asked her whether or not she did any jail time, and she said no. The judge brought it up as time served, right? And so he gave her 2 infractions because of her daggone license and driver. Like, how are you riding around dirty with your kids in the car? You mad because you believe that Kiana did something, right, that was going to affect your children. That was the first thing she brought up, and everything else she bring up, she is single mother. But yet and still, you a single mother responsible for the lives of those 3 babies that's in the back of your car, and you riding around dirty getting pulled over on the show. You can't have it both ways, Jawaila. You irresponsible than a mother. Because suppose your kids have been in the car and the officer was an arresting officer and had locked your side. They could have took your car and impounded it right there. You riding around dirty. And you worrying about some daggone $600 tires and all of that kind of stuff, right? Because you got to get back and forth to cosmetology school, and you got to do this and you got to do that. When you could have been sitting down here going down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and paying for your to get corrected. That's what you could have been doing, Jawaila. But instead, you running up behind this daggone couple who don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about this daggone girl. Running up behind him, and then we see you sitting last week out there on the porch with your mom and your grandmother who you said raised you, and now all of a sudden you on TikTok talk about I'm just doing what the producers asked me to do. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of here, you so lucky I don't cuss like that on this channel no more, because I would sit up here and cuss you to the your lying self. Gonna sit up there and lie, tell a big bald face that lie like that all up in people's faces and everything, and act like you such a good girl and you don't do nothing. Now I really am starting to think maybe, just maybe, you got a problem with Kiana past what I believed that you had before. Your lying self. Because once you a lie and you lie that one time, then don't nobody trust you no daggone more with your little raggedy. And it's obvious that daggone house that you're living in is public, is under public authority, boo. That look like some. It look like an old converted motel. And I know you probably doing the best that you can, but it can't nobody stand or lie anyway. So, she goes back to the house and everything. And, in the meantime and in between time, we see, a Deandric, taking Kiana out, right? And she got the ugliest clothes. That girl wears the ugliest clothes. And I mean, when I say ugly, I mean that stuff is ugly. So he takes her out, to a little paddle boat, right? And they get in the little duck and all of that. He wants to do something for her. But he's the cause of all of this because he's been playing with both of these women. If we are to believe this story now, that Jawaila is coming out and saying that the story ain't real. That she ain't in no love triangle with Deandric. That she ain't been sleeping with Deandric. That this is all so for what? So now you want to be an actress with your boring TikToks. You can't dance. Your hair looked jacked up. She took and did this hair on this dummy, and the dummy, it looked like some, and they're going to tell me some rating, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about it. I wanted to say it's a zero up in this mother, right? But I just was like, okay, Auntie, stand down. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Look, but don't say nothing. You got your own platform. You ain't got to be commenting up underneath nobody comments. So anyway, he taking her out and she's crying and everything, right? Because she had came home and told him that, she had a warrant against her and stuff like that. Who does something like that to somebody? But you know what? Here's the thing, boo. Keep your mouth shut and let him handle his own baby mother. I would have never said nothing at the party in front of the family. I wouldn't be going tit for tat back and forth with her about that. I would just be leaving Deandric. Because you don't have no kids or nothing like that that's going to hold you to that mother, okay? You just don't. Hey, Martha. Hey, Sugar. Hey, Tamika. You don't have nothing that's holding you to that man but some D. And D come a dime a dozen. So you can go on out there and do what you want to do. I could see if you had kids or something like that was tying you to him, but you don't have nothing tying them to you. And if you mess around, he probably get you pregnant on purpose. Because what's going on with all the other baby mothers that decided that they didn't want to film and be bothered with this bullshit with him? They didn't even want to be associated with him. Look at him. Look at him. Jawaila says she ain't had nothing to lose. But yet she out here riding dirty. Anyway, so, he decides to take her out. She start crying. She like, I want the tears to stop, but I can't, okay? Thanks so much, Chrissy, for the $1.99 super chat. Love the 27-piece shade. Her life in 27 pieces. Okay. Thank you, Chrissy. So now here we sitting up here with the bull crap, right? And, he's like, I'm your man and all of that kind of stuff. Kiana is not trusting him anymore. She's thinking, like all the rest of us, that he got some serious stuff going on with the girl. He claims he ain't been sleeping with her. She claims she ain't been sleeping with him. But okay, that ain't what she told her grandmother, and that ain't what she told us. Because she said once she get the D, it complicates things between the two of them. Get the fuck out of here. So anyway, now Jawaila is sitting at home. Up walks some daggone investigator, somebody named investigator named Keith. And he's supposed to be the investigator on Kiana's side. I said, now where they get this actor from? Where's the email? Where's the text message? Where's some kind of communication that this monk is coming to my house to talk to me? He's not the police. He doesn't have that authority. So why will he be coming and knocking up on my door? So you ain't gonna tell me that this was fake. Then he comes to the thing. He has his last name bleeped out. But then he asks her, who is she? Who name on the address? Did you ask me whether or not I had an attorney? There's certain things that he was supposed to do, in my opinion, if he real, that he didn't do. Then he asked her, do you know Kiana? But then you're going to ask me, who is Kiana to you? What the? Young, do better. Do better. In my opinion, if he's real, in my opinion, he violated a lot of stuff. by straight coming to that girl house, giving her no heads up that he's going to come and the agreement that he is. Now, maybe we missed that part. Maybe, this had already happened. But no, he told me, do you mind that if I come and talk to you, I'm an investigator for Kiana? What the you doing here then? Why you here? Because whatever you say to me, I'm going to be hostile. And I need a lawyer to represent me so that I don't incriminate myself out this mother. You ain't read me no rights, no Miranda rights. What could happen if I say something or nothing? You just showing up. She just sat down with a lawyer. Did she pay a retainer? I ain't see her pay no retainer fee. I ain't even see her. She was there for an initial consultation. Where was all of that at? Because everything she says and does is going to be used against her in the court of law. I wouldn't have said nothing to him. This month they're coming and asking her, who is she? What happened? How did it happen? What she had to do with it? And here I'm gonna give you this affidavit to drop this. What are you doing? I want to answer the question he had. He would have been turning around on the back of his heels, which is why I believe that this was fake. He had no right to be at her house whatsoever. Did she retain a lawyer? Let me see something. Okay. Let me see some paperwork. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. First of all, I know what I'm talking about, right? The reason why an investigator cannot just show up at your house and pressure you to drop the case is because of harassment and intimidation. Approaching you at home to push you to dismiss your lawsuit could be seen as harassment and witness intimidation. Courts take that seriously, especially if you're being pressured, threatened, or made to feel uncomfortable. It is absolutely a sign of professional conduct rules. If the investigator is acting on behalf of the other party's attorney, they must follow strict ethical rules. Directly contacting an opposing party who is represented by counsel is prohibited under attorney ethic rules. And how did he know if she was or she was not? There is also improper influence on the proceedings. Trying to persuade you to drop a case outside a proper legal channel undermines the judicial process. The correct avenue is through motions, hearings, or settlement talks between attorneys, not doorstep pressure. What can happen? A process server can come to your home to deliver court papers. That's legal, but they ain't supposed to prosecute. What she should have did was not engage with him. She wasn't required to talk to him at all. She needed to document the time and everything that he showed up at that month. Okay? She needed to get an attorney to notify one, or she should have had one guy give it to her down at the court, a public defender. If she felt threatened, she could have contacted law enforcement, since this could absolutely rise to witness intimidation depending on the circumstances. And they can't come to your house and try to get you to drop the case, which is what we saw him do. He sat there and asked her, did she have have a criminal record? Didn't you look that up, Mr. Investigator? You should have looked me up when you came down this month. You should have looked that up when you came, before you came. What is it? Well, it looks like Kiana don't have one. Jawaila was smart enough to say just because she ain't got one don't mean she don't starch. Don't mean she ain't a mean. Just because she ain't got one. He told me, let me talk to you for a minute. No. Why would he come there and serve her with something like that? She didn't know what was in it. She didn't have legal counsel to read over it. You just gonna bulldoze her, in my opinion. Now, again, I think that this was acting. Okay. Okay. And these are, my opinions. But I think that this was straight up acting, because ain't nobody gonna come up to nobody's house and do no bull like this if they don't want to lose, in my opinion, their law license or their investigator license. He didn't even look like all he had on was just a regular old shirt. He didn't even have like, you know what? Where's your badge number? You got a number or something that you want to leave with me? Then he trying to get her to talk. She said, I ain't going to be out here just talking. Then you're going to come up with a lie detector test and say, do you want to take a lie detector test? What can I do? What am I taking one for? I am not defending myself. I'm not the defendant in this case. I ain't defending. She is. Give her the lie detector test. Jawaila said, so who going to pass, me or her? But why would you ask the defendant to take a lie detector test? And then tell her to sign the thing, because this will make it go away. She said, no, it'll make it go away for her. Y'all trying to make it seem like this girl is all innocent and stuff like that. Then Jawaila sits there with a compromise with her dumbass self and go sit up there and say, I want to have a sit. In order for me to do any of this, I need to have a sit down with Kiana. For what? To tell her that her man been cheating with you? She already know. Kiana know that he's sleeping with her. We don't wake up and just be stupid. She knew when she said something to him on last week's episode, the girl ain't gonna do all of this for nothing. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. She already know that man cheating on her. Without a shadow of a doubt, she know. So what the you doing at my house? And the audacity of you to say, well, are you going to want to witness? You want to get on the witness stand? You goddamn right I'm going to get on the witness stand. And I'm going to sing like a bird. But I'm going to make sure when I get on the witness stand that I got a defender, whether it's public or private. And what proof do I have that you're not some clown and that she retained you as a lawyer? I don't see nothing. No law officers got in contact with me about this bullshit. Exactly. You're right about that, Megan. It is. The state took up the case. They thought that they had enough evidence. And this is why I think that Deandric is sitting up there trying to smooth her over, because he know. He know he been doing the wrong thing. But again, Jawaila goes out on TikTok and says all this is fake. Was the pull over fake? Was the charges fake, Jawaila? Answer that. Because inquiring minds daggone sure want to know what in the world is going on between this. It's good for entertainment. But I think that she out here on these streets knowing that she looking stupid. So she sends him off and tells him she by herself and she don't have no representative. And I'm thinking to myself, you just came up with that. I'd hit him with that the first time he opened his mouth. What are you doing here? Speak to my attorney. While Kiana is sitting back, one of the things that I notice about Love After Lockup and other shows, they always wanted to be a villain and a victim. And sometimes life don't have that. Sometimes it just ain't that role, and you ain't got to bring nobody in to be playing no games. From the look of Kiana's jeans and her little whole outfit, she ain't got a lot of money either. They barely scraping through. They said, you know what, we'll act and do whatever you want us to do. We'll act like buffoons if you want to. A lot of people been saying they need to just go ahead on and be the throuple that they are. They not a throuple because a throuple doesn't come with all of this. Okay, we've already looked at enough sister wives and seeking sister wives and all this old kind of crap. This ain't a throuple to be made. Okay, so please back up off that. Back up off that. Anyway, I done said all I'm going to say. Y'all have a great Sunday. Thank y'all so much for coming by. Thank you, Ray Dallas, for all the things that you do for the channel to ensure that people are able to talk and put their little comments down there safely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much to Chrissy for the $1.99 super chat. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.